Hello everyone, it's Laura Jane. Thank you for joining me today. I am watercoloring with the new Artist Watercolors. It is a 24 pan set from Altenew, and these colors are dreamy. As you can see here, the Artist Watercolors have the same names as the ink collections. You have varying colors with one pan depending on the amount of water that you add to it. I think this is a really great idea from Altenew. Again, naming the pans that coordinate with everything else in the line. So it just makes it so much easier. I am very excited about this set. I had quite a few requests for a video on how I watercolored this card from the previous release in January. Because I watercolored it with this 24 pan, I couldn't really show it. I wanted to see if I could recreate the card for today's video. So I used the Incredible stamp set using those blooms and the Incredible mask stencil. Just use that one mask there at the top. I used the one image for the stem from Retro Plantain's stamp set. So I have inked up the very same composition onto watercolor paper, and I used the Warm Sunshine for the main blooms because I'm going to be doing no line watercoloring. The stem, I used Moss crisp ink. So here is the new pan set. Here are the colors all swatched out. I'm using 3 colors for today, using Summer Afternoon, Warm and Cozy, and then Red Cosmos. And I love how these little pans have the names written on 2 sides of those. And we have Clean Water, which I just, with an eyedropper, add to each of those 3 pans just to get them moist. I was just excited to see how these colors worked, so I went pigment straight to paper. And then I added clean, clear water to help move that pigment around. You can see here the pigment moves very well. So I have 2 containers of water here. The large one is where I'm going to be cleaning off my brush, and the smaller one, I'm going to try to keep it clean. So as you see here, I first started out with the Summer Afternoon, and then I dabbed into the Warm and Cozy and added some oranges there. This is a number 2 round brush that I'm using. This first flower, again, was straight to paper with the pigment, so it was dry to wet. I'm just kind of playing with those colors. Next, I decided let's do wet on wet. So I cleaned my brush off, dipped into that clear water, grabbed some of the Red Cosmos, and then dropped it in there just to watch it move. Grabbed a little bit of the Warm and Cozy, and the little lion that popped in there was my husband needing a little bit of attention. When I watercolor, I just kind of get lost and he feels neglected. Anyway, so I continued with the rest of this incredible bloom using the wet on wet technique. making sure to only paint the petals that are away from each other, allowing them to dry in between so that I can have a little bit more definition. I just love how you just grab some color, drop it in that on that wet paper, and it moves so nice. So here I decided to go ahead and get a place where I can mix up the colors on a palette off to the left side there. So I would grab a little bit of color, put it on the palette, then I can add some water to kind of water it down. And you can see how that red cosmos definitely has a little bit of a pink instead of red when you add more water. Here I am dabbing up a little bit of extra pigment. I thought it was a little bit too dark too soon, so I used a bit of paper towel and dabbed that up. So this video is part of the blog hop that is going on at Altenew. There are stamps, stencils, watercolors, cutting mats. There's so much in this release. You're going to want to go through all of the stops. It's a huge list, but you're not going to want to miss anything on it. There's so many fabulous samples for you to see. But I must say my favorite part of this release was, whatever it is, but this new watercolor 24 pan set is truly artist quality. It makes me look like I know what I'm doing, so you gotta love that. I'm going to turn up the music here. I hope you enjoy the process, and we'll see you at the end. as I finished up, I realized this one is a little bit more orange and red than the others, but I enjoyed how it turned out. I love some of the extra folds that happen on the petals. I did allow it to dry. All right, so looking at the two, you see the original one had a little bit more of the pink. I was kind of heavy-handed on the pigment for the second one, which is on the right, but I still think they're quite beautiful. I love the vibrancy of this new set. Here I'm taking an 05 Copic marker to add in the little dots for the center of the blooms. Then I'm grabbing my Misty and going to quickly stamp the sentiment, which is also from the Incredible stamp set. I really enjoy this sentiment. You bring joy to my life. It's one of my favorites. I'm just inking that up in moss. And I do ink that up a couple of times just to get a nice dark application there. And so there's that second card. I trimmed it down to an A2 size, and they're pretty close. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.